Hello everyone, Patrick from 401 Games here at 750 Yonge Street at the downtown location here in Toronto. Well, as you can see in front of me, we've got our 3-box break of 2019-20 SP Authentic Hockey Hobby. So I'm sure if you bought it in this break, you already know the deal. We are searching after the future watches in this set, the future watch autos. Obviously, both Hughes brothers are big chasing here, as you see that on the front cover here, as well as Cale Makar, amongst some others. Definitely a good product. Definitely a product that everyone seeks out, regardless of the year. SP Authentic, I would say, is one of the holy trinity of hockey collecting each year. Basically, that's what I would call like your upper deck, like flagship series or series 1, 2, and extended, SP Authentic, and then sort of kind of like your, I guess if we're going to like a third, something like an OPG Platinum or even standard OPG. Those tend to be like the 3 sets that everyone, at least that I have seen, kind of like casually collects, regardless of what type of sports collector you are, right? Regardless of how high end or low end of a collector, how serious or casual you are, tends to be that everyone wants to at least have a few cards of each one of those sets in this collection. SP Authentic, definitely one of the most popular products that we have in hockey, regardless, and always a fun rip. So we're going to get right into it. If this is your first time joining the break, which I think for this list there's none of you that are newcomers. I think everyone here is a 401 Games vet. Yeah, believe so. I'll still run by the rules anyway with you guys in case you forget or whatever. Just have to do it anyway, right? Basically, I've got an Excel sheet, and that Excel sheet will have the names of yourselves and the names of all the teams in the National Hockey League. Those names are currently side by side. In order of, for your names, the orders and how they came through, and then beside you, the NHL teams in alphabetical order. Now, what does that mean for you when it comes to the break? Well, I'm going to use this program, or I should say website, called random.org to help me shuffle the spots and the teams for you guys. So this is all randomized, and everything is good to go. No shady business whatsoever. You guys, no doubt, will know that you have the team that you have. So I'm going to go to random.org. It provides me 2 tools. First of which is a die tool, which I roll, and just as it implies, it's just going to give me a dice roll. So I like to use 2 dice. I feel like that's a pretty good way of, getting a high number to mix things with. The reason we roll that die is because we're going to use the list randomizer in random.org in order to basically resort and reshuffle the names of both the teams and the participants of this break. So I'll start with the names first. That's typically what I do. I take the names, put them in the list randomizer. I roll them however many times the dice tell me to roll. Then I take those names after the shuffle, and I paste them into my Excel sheet, which I do show on screen. And then I do the same with the teams in alphabetical order. I put them into the randomizer. We shuffle it the same amount of times we shuffle the names. Then we just copy and paste that list right beside the names, and ta-da! Whatever team that is beside your name, that is your team. So, for example, in this break, we have Tim. Tim, if you were to get the Pittsburgh Penguins beside your name, then you've got the Penguins. It's that easy. Because this is the National Hockey League, though, and they did have recent expansion, I'm sure you have all noticed that we only have enough spots to cover 30 teams. But in this set, there are 31 teams, which means there is 1 extra spot. That extra spot will be randomized first. Before we do anything else, we will be randomizing that extra spot for you guys. So that means that you guys all have a chance at a free team. That's a lot of fun. Could even be a good team, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm randomizing the whole thing. So who knows? Maybe the best team in the set. Maybe you hit the Devils. You never know. So it should be good. Should be having a lot of fun with this one, I'd say. And let's get right into it here. So, this is kind of looking a little ugly. I want to take you to the next screen, but it's kind of, it's kind of doing a thing. Maybe it'll look better when I go full screen here. Yeah, that looks much better. Okay, so I'm just going to take you over to my spreadsheet right now. Alrighty, so you see the spreadsheet? We're all good? Okay, so you're probably looking at this and you're wondering what the heck is going on. So, very simple. I just have all of your names, as I said, in order here, from when you ordered. Over here, I just have your names. So this list here on the right of your names is going to be what goes through the randomizer for the final team spot. So that's what we're going to do first. These numbers right here are just your order numbers. Not really important. This is just myself keeping track of everything to make shipping and sorting for everyone as seamless as possible post-break. And then, of course, we have the team names right here. So what we care about to start is going to be this list here, because this is going to tell us who gets the random spot, and then we can start our break. So let's go to the dice roller. I'm going to roll the die here, and whatever I roll here will be the amount of times that I'll put each thing through the randomizer. So we're going to start with the team spot, then we'll do the same amount of rolls for both the names and the teams. So it's low roll today. It's a 4. So we're just going to shuffle this list 4 times to determine which one of you guys is going to get the extra team. Remember, you want to be at the top here. So the extra team is going to go to Jason today. Congratulations, Jason. You got an extra team. Not a bad way to start for you. So now that we have this all settled, we have all our 31 spots. We are just going to go back into our list randomizer. We now know we have to roll 4 times. So we're just going to shuffle your names 4 times here. Awesome. So you can see right here, this was the 4th time. We're just going to copy and then we're going to paste. Alright, so that's how the names are shaking up. So now the most important part for you guys, obviously, how about the teams? Now, I came in here today, I don't know why, but I had a good feeling about this one. Now, I don't want to jinx anything, maybe I will be, but anyone that has been following our breaks recently, particularly in baseball, would see that we've been pulling some fire lately. Actually, even in the hockey, it hasn't been bad. The last Skybox Medal is a little bit of a lunch bag letdown, I'd say. But that's only in comparison to the other breaks that we have had. The O-Pee-Chee Platinum, I think, was pretty decent. But I do think we're due for something really crazy in hockey again, and I do hope that we hit it. So, awesome. So, here's our final order. I'm going to just call out your names and the team that you have. So, Jason, you got the Devils. Daniel with the Flyers. Fred, Canadians and the Flames. Jason with the Kings. Daniel, the Rangers. Jason, Knights. Tim, the Islanders. Fred, the Lightning and the Leafs. Tim with the Panthers. Fred, the Capitals. Daniel, Sabres. Anthony, Predators. Fred, Ducks and Oilers. Andrew, the Penguins. Tim, the Bruins. Andrew, the Canucks. Anthony, Hurricanes and Senators. Tim, the Wild. Fred, the Blues. Anthony, Blackhawks and Jackets. Tim, Stars and Red Wings. Andrew, Coyotes. Fred, Sharks. Anthony, Avalanche. And Jason with the Jets. Just want to make sure here. Do a double check on this list real quickly. So want to make sure I'm just confirming everything is fine. So Fred, you had 9 spots in here. We got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we're good. 5. Yeah, so we're good to go. Just double checking. Yeah, so this is the final sort list. We can get right into the break then. So without further ado, let's get on into it. As you can see, right here, our beautiful 3 boxes of 2019-20 SP Authentic. We are going to start with lucky box number 1. Number 1 being a very classic goaltender number. Remember watching the Penguins as a kid. The backup goalie, Peter Skudra. Name that you guys probably don't remember or have heard very little of. And he wore number 1. Of course, better players than him did. But that's the one that always stood out in my mind. Alright, so I think I would like to start this off on the right side today. Let's take the right side packs out. I know a lot of you guys were in the baseball break yesterday. It was very active. It was a lot of fun. You know, things change. Life gets in the way, but I will be breaking here regardless. We got Marner, Horvat. We've got Cam Atkinson on the All-Star. John Gibson for the Ducks. And Matt Murray. Man, talk about someone that fell off a cliff. Matt Murray goes to back-to-back Stanley Cup champion to out of the league pretty much at this point, right? Got waived. All within the span of 4 years. That's how volatile the position is. And being a goalie is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. Grubauer, Riley, authentic moments. It's Sidney Crosby, March 5th, 2019 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. His 1200th career point. All with the Penguins, of course. Vincent Trocheck and Kyle Turris. Obviously, that's been a debate. Oh, what is going on? Give me 1 second. You can still hear me. For some reason, my camera decided to spontaneously turn off. It has been fine this whole time. Well, bear with me for 1 second. That's very unfortunate. Open this up. That's weird as well, because it wasn't... I mean, first of all, it doesn't even run on battery when it is plugged into the computer. So I don't know why it's doing this. Second of all, the battery was even indicated as being full. But, of course, not everything ever goes as planned, right? You always got to be prepared for the worst. Good thing we do have spare batteries. Again, this should not be running on battery to begin with. The USB is supposed to be a power supply for it. But, we're just going to screw this camera back in. And I am beyond annoyed by that, not going to lie. But we can deal with it. We can handle it. USB streaming. So got the camera back on. It's going to take a second. It's funny. I've literally been preparing for the breaks this whole time. Past, let's say 3 hours or so. No issues. No issues. Now it wants to be a diva. So I apologize, guys. But I think we're about to get back up. Activate. Okay, yeah, we're back. So I was in the midst of opening this pack here. Top was open when the camera went down. So let's just continue with it. And I apologize again for the delay, the technical difficulties. That was very annoying and unfortunate. Carey Price, Jake DeBrusk, Jason Zucker, Spacer, Mikko Rantanen, and Victor Arvidsson. Duncan Keith, Seth Jones, Authentic Moments, Jack Hughes. So Jack Hughes getting drafted to the New Jersey Devils on the Authentic Moments. Joe Pavelski and Roman Josi. If you end up watching the VOD, which I'm sure most of you do, at least the viewership tells me that you do, I hope you guys had a good day today. I at least hope that... Oh, nice. We got a limited here. Bo Horvat in red. Bo Horvat limited. Let's sleeve and top load him. Yeah, I hope you guys have had a good day, because it's a busy time of year, right? So, I hope you're taking it easy. Just try and enjoy life when you can. Not being too hard on yourself. It's good to be relaxing and just enjoying a break with your friends. Or even just alone. I don't like the way that feels. I really don't. This top loader was better. There we go. So Bo Horvat in the limited. Braden Shen and Nathan McKinnon. The other thing as well. So hopefully this is something that you guys are interested in. It's something that I'm going to start doing. Essentially, given how active this place can be sometimes, sometimes we have people actually in here and interacting and being active in the chat. I thought it wouldn't be a bad idea to actually bring some boxes down here to sell during the stream or while we're waiting for the stream. So I might turn the stream on a little early before the break. Because there are some days that perhaps we won't have a break to run. And I'd still like to get it live on stream if you guys want to come through. And so what we're going to do going forward is I'm going to bring down a few boxes of product from the floor upstairs. And I will open them for you if you wish. If you just purchase them online, just like you would any other product on 401games.ca. If you have a box that you're interested in that I show on camera, just let me know and give me your order number after you've made your purchase, and we will break it here in front of everyone and then ship them out to you. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun as well. Sharing the experience of your own personal box with all of your friends is definitely a good time. Mark Scheifele, Carter Hart, another spacer. Kotkaniemi and Jacob Slavin. Yeah, especially because at least, I don't know, if you happen to have come down to the store back in pre-COVID, that was very much a part of our culture, right? People opening the boxes in the store. Now, COVID definitely threw a wrench in that. COVID threw a wrench in a lot of things, as you know. But that in particular was something. Here's our future watch. It's Cody Glass. This one's numbered 604 to 999. Cody Glass, Vegas Golden Knights on the future watch. I think for this guy, I'm looking at these cards. I thought that they were 35 point, but when I'm looking at the cut here, they seem a little bit thicker. So, yeah, that's definitely thicker. That's definitely thicker than the 35. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 55 point top loader. We're going to go forward with 55 top loaders. The Bo Horvat as well. I'll put in the 55 as well, because these seem like they're a little bit. They seem a little bit thicker. Yeah, this is a much better fit. 100%. That's not even a question. This isn't going to. Yeah, no, that's it. It's a 55 point card. 100% it is. It's number 604 of 999. on the Cody Glass. Nice future watch there. Got another spacer. The spacers are not fun. Teravainen and Alex Tuck. Hey John, how you doing today? Everything good? Drew Doughty. We've got Bjorkstrand. And is this another future watch? It is. Oliver Wahlstrom. New York Islanders, number 774 of 999. So there you go. You're guaranteed one future watch in a box. We've hit 2. Hey Hitman, how you doing? Hope your day's been tired of chasing the kids. Yeah. Just coming in to enjoy the break then. There we go. So we got our Oliver Wahlstrom, numbered 774 of 999 for the New York Islanders. William Karlsson and Tom Wilson. They're doing all right though, or you're in timeout? Well, if they're moving around, they must not be as sick today. So that's good to hear. Just watching the break. Yeah, I've been doing well. We had a little bit of an incident with the camera. The camera, first of all, was supposed to be, it doesn't use battery when it's plugged into the computer. And then the battery indication anyway was still that it was full on battery, but it shut off in the middle at the start of the stream. I think we were like 2 packs in. So other than that, it's been good. We got Hurdle, Darlene. We've got SP Essentials. This is David Pastrnak, Connor Hellebuck, and Matt Dumba. I do also have a sorting box here. So I'm going to start putting things in the sorting box. Because we probably are going to be around, 500 cards, I'd say. 500-ish cards. Nah, fewer than that, maybe. Nah, much fewer than that. I keep forgetting. SP is only 5 cards now, right? So we're looking at 270 cards. It's actually not that bad of a sort. So Erik Karlsson, another guy that's fallen off considerably. Mark Stone, Morgan Riley in the limited. Oh, and right behind it something. But I'll sleeve the limited. Yeah, no worries. We're very glad to have you guys have fun, be happy with everything. We threw up a bunch more breaks. Oh yeah, the other thing that you missed was just I'd announced that in the future I'm going to bring down some boxes that if you bought them online, like if you decide to buy a box online during the stream, I will publicly rip them for you, and then we'll ship them out as singles, as opposed to a sealed box. If you have any interest in that, I am going to start doing that. So we got ourselves a sign of the Times Mikael Granlund autograph, as well as being the last auto in this box, I would assume. But yeah, we still have a whole row in this box to go, and it's going to be probably all autoless. So we had 2 autos here in the middle row. So here's Mikael Granlund, Nashville Predators, sign of the Times autograph. Yeah, I have to look what's going into the mixer, because I could have sworn I threw up inventory on it. When I check the back end, it says that I didn't add anything, but also when I add more inventory to it, it still says I didn't add anything. So I have no idea if it's actually sold out or if the system's being slow and it did sell out quickly. Keep an eye out. That's all I'll say. Oh yeah, I think we do have one more auto to go. You're right. Fleury, Stone, and Carlson. Yeah, Canada Post is going to... Canada Post is Canada Post. Usually they're good, but they've been a lot more spotty during the whole pandemic. Here's the Spectrum FX of Sean Monahan. Eric Stahl and Ryan O'Reilly. Brady Tkachuk, John Klingberg, Future Icons, Cody Glass and Nick Hague. This one's numbered 150 of 199. Golden Knights off to a good start. Lots of Cody Glass. So Future Icons, Glass and Hague, 150 of 199. Tyler Bertuzzi and Braden Point. Last row of this box. Let's just get the box out of the way. So we're saying one more auto, right? Should be one more. And as you know, I'd love to see us hit a Hughes or something. Either Hughes will do. But just give it to us. A thick boy here. It's either going to be a patch or a spacer. It's definitely looking like a spacer. Ricard Raquel, Andrei Vasilevsky. There we go, an Igor Shesterkin Young Gun. That's actually kind of cool, isn't it? Shesterkin Young Gun for the Rangers. Now the Young Guns for sure I know are 35. Igor Shesterkin on the Young Gun here. Sebastian Aho and Sean Monahan. Yeah, it seems for the most part everyone's been getting their cards okay. Are you waiting on the box? Is that what Canada Post keeps delaying? Jack Eichel, Ben Bishop, Authentic Moments, Nikita Kucherov, Alexander Ovechkin, and Clayton Keller. To just sort of fix the camera a little bit here. There we go. Sorry if it's a little disorienting when I do that. Here we go. Jacob Trouba, Matthew Barzal, Another Spacer, Brock Besser, and Johnny T. Spacers must be my favorite NHL hockey player. Nothing is better than Spacer. True hero of the game. Dylan Larkin, Connor McDavid, Tristan Jarry, Vladimir Tarasenko, and Austin Matthews. Claude Giroux, Taylor Hall, limited of Philip Grubauer, Colorado Avalanche. Yeah, these are definitely, without question, these are thicker than something like Series 1. There's no doubt. Guessing both? Yeah, I think they probably did. Because we do... for that break, they would have the same order number. So I can't imagine they'd be shipped out separately. That would be a nightmare for shipping to deal with. Svechnikov and Shabbat. Last pack of box 1. Jonathan Marchessault, Mikael Granlund, SP Essential of Miro Heiskanen. Technically, it would be a rookie, would it not? Heiskanen was 1920, if I recall correctly. So, why not? We're going to top load it too, because I'm pretty sure 1920. Yeah, 1920 was definitely Miro's rookie season. I'm almost positive of that. Or was it 1819? I don't know. Either way, Miro's a good player. I don't care. Phil Kessel and Torrey Krug. Still worth sleeving anyway. I can spare it. Don't put it that way. Holy jeez. That makes me sad. Won something once in my life. But I mean, it is pretty awesome. Like, how much was the cost of that break again? It wasn't much. I think it was like $55. Ah, looks like we got a spam bot in here. Yeah, there we go. Gotta love that. So the video actually, so don't worry, the video actually cut off, so I didn't continue the break. That freeze that you saw, I stopped opening, because that was not just you, that was actually the entire hardware setup. So as soon as it froze, I just stopped. So there will be a recap, but as long as you watch, like whatever you saw, like if you stayed on post the freeze, you didn't miss anything. So Rangers, you got a Shesterkin Young Gun so far. Darlene, Rask, authentic moments. Steven Stamkos scoring in a 4-1 victory for his 384th career goal. That's a random marker to celebrate on a card like that. Leon Draisaitl, and Matt Dumba. I think I started from the middle here, so I may as well pull out the whole middle, change it up. How are you doing today, David? Bjorkstrand, Hurdle, Taylor Hall, Spacer, Tom Wilson, and Connor Hellebuck. Jonathan Drouin, Henrik Lundqvist, Patty Kane in the All-Star shirt there, Spacer again, Wierenski, and Atkinson. I mean, Shesterkin is actually not bad. He's one heck of a goaltender. Tell you that. Yeet the Wilson. Alexander Barkov. Brady Tkachuk. We got J.C. Beaudin. Young gun for the Senators. It will never not be weird to me how there's just young guns just randomly inserted into this product. I know that's the way it's always been, but my brain cannot compute young guns being anything other than the flagship. There we go. Ryan O'Reilly and Tyler Bertuzzi. But yeah, as always, Daniel, I do a roundup at the end of the break of the hits, so don't worry. Even if you did miss anything, didn't get caught up on it, you'll see at the end. Klingberg, Heischer, got a limited of Carter Hart, Philadelphia Flyers. But yeah, I think from this product, Shesterkin's a pretty solid hit for Rangers at least. Another Spacer, Braden Point, and Teuvo Teravainen. Got myself a Jonathan Quick for you. Drew Doughty. It's authentic moments, or authentic winners, sorry. It's Johnny Taves, Chicago Blackhawks. Alex Tuck, and William Karlsson. Going to be a lot of Golden Knights in this break. It's pulled a lot of their base and quite a few short printed or autos from them already. Gensel, Strome, Future Wash. Oh, this is a good one too. I like this player quite a bit. It's Alexander Tessier, the center for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Guy that, if you watch Columbus at all, he flashes skills sometimes. He definitely is one of those players that, like, when you watch him, you just wonder, when is it going to happen for this kid to, like, really, really break through, right? He's only 22, I believe. So there's a lot of time for him to really hit his potential. I think his potential is actually quite high. Because his hands, some of the goals that he has scored, hasn't been as consistent as I think the Blue Jackets would want him to be. But some of the goals that he has scored in his career already do not look like the type of guy, goals that you would expect from a guy who's going to be like a third or second liner. I think he does have potential to maybe be a At the very least, a top 6 forward consistently, but I do think he has the potential to maybe even become a 1C at some point. So that might be a good one. So Tessier Future Watch, again, numbered 131 of 999. Pedersen and Jeff Skinner. Matthew Tkachuk, Steven Stamkos. We got SP Essentials. It's Matthew Tkachuk, Joe Thornton, Jumbo Joe, and Artemi Panarin. PK Subban. I've got a limited. It is Mitch Marner. There's an auto behind him as well. Next card up is an autograph, and it is Ryan Zingle, center for the Carolina Hurricanes in the sign of the times. Ryan Zingle, sign of the times, Carolina Hurricanes autograph. Still looking for the Hughes brothers. Still looking for Makar, Vrana, and Bobrovsky. Anthony Mantha, Evgeny Malkin. We got a Spectrum FX. It's Taylor Hall. Patrick Kane and Anders Lee. Pierre-Luc Dubois, Dougie Hamilton. Future Icons. Here we go. It's Capo Caco and Adam Fox. This one numbered 40 of 199, so there's a Rangers hit for you there, Daniel. Caco, Adam Fox, Future Icons, 40 of 199, New York Rangers. Adam Fox is just incredible. What an absolute stud he is. It's basically like they have Brian Leach all over again, eh? Crazy how good he is. Alex DeBrincat and Oscar Klefblom. I mean, we're at the point, right? I think we're at the point where that team can't stay in. They can't be in Scottsdale anymore, right? Like, they got to be done. Like, that team has to be moving to Quebec or somewhere. I remember the whole Atlanta Thrashers becoming the Jets thing happened like under the cover of night, essentially, right? Like, it was just like one day you woke up and they were out of Atlanta and there was no indication that that was going to happen. I really wouldn't be surprised if that happens with the Coyotes too. Got Crosby, Taves, and I've got an autograph here. It's a sign of the times. It is Dylan Strome, Chicago Blackhawks. If you really think about it too, Arizona no longer being in Arizona would be really good news for the Toronto Maple Leafs as well. Because I think the whole fear that I've always heard is at the end of his contract, right, on all the rumor mills, all the rumors over the past few years, at the end of Matthews' contract, it's either stay in Toronto or maybe go back home. But if home's no longer an option, then you imagine that guy's in there for the long haul at the end of his 5-year deal. I imagine, yeah, probably Quebec City. Probably Quebec City, for sure. But they better be allowed to call themselves the Nordiques, or I will not be happy. Ben Bishop, Jacob Trouba, authentic winners. This is Bob Orr. Spacer, Alexander Ovechkin, and Clayton Keller. We have Matthew Barzal, Eric Carlson, Carl Soderberg, Brock Besser, and Johnny Tavares. I don't mean no disrespect to Leaf fans, but take it from a guy who cheers for the Detroit Lions in football. Sometimes a team is just cursed. Sometimes a team is just cursed. Like Hitman, if what you just said happened, would anyone be surprised? Because I would not. The Toronto Maple Leafs just have some sort of demon that needs to be exorcised, and I don't know how you get rid of it. It doesn't matter the roster composition. It's always the same heartbreak. You know? Mark Stone, Brent Burns, Authentic Moments, Zdeno Chara, Marc-Andre Fleury, and Eric Stahl. Taylor Hall, Jonathan Marchessault, Sidney Crosby in the All-Star jersey, another Spacer, Svechnikov, and Shabbat. Yeah, the Ballard curse. If you watch, if you're on YouTube, if you're here, I highly suggest the YouTuber Urinating Trees video on the Maple Leafs, the futility of the Maple Leafs. Definitely a good watch for both Leaf haters and Leaf fans, so they get an idea of just how poor that organization has been run over the past, almost 60 years. Mikael Granlund, Ricard Raquel, Thomas Shabbat in the SP Essentials, Phil Kessel, and Torrey Krug. Last pack of box 2. Here we go. Andrei Vasilevsky, Jack Eichel. I've got Scheifele in the limited. Let's leave him. Aho and Monahan. God. Usually these things are called a legacy of failure, I believe is what a series is called. I think it's double check, but I think it's, yeah. Toronto Maple Leafs, a half century of failure. Usually he calls the videos legacy of failure, but obviously he really needed to drive the point home for the Toronto Maple Leafs, because the Maple Leafs are, I don't know, it's something I get very impassioned about, because obviously being Canadian, like I was always a Penguins fan growing up. I always was just a big, like growing up as a kid, I just loved Tom Barrasso, Lemieux, and Yager. So I was growing up in the 90s, right? So cool jersey. I mean, very, very good players across the board. Just an exciting team to watch for a kid to get into. But all the people I grew up around were Leaf fans, Leafs and Habs fans. And Leaf fans were always like so optimistic, and then watch their little hearts break, like every year without fail. You know, Matt Sundin is going to pull us through. Wendell Clark is going to pull us through. Doug Gilmour is a top 10 player in the NHL. He'll lift a cup for us. Darcy Tucker is the next big thing. Thomas Caberlet is the best defenseman in the NHL. Hear all these things. You know, Curtis Joseph's top 5. And then, you know, they had Ed Belfour for a while. And then they show up and they lose. Just usually in, yeah. Like, Maple Leaf fans show up for that team. They bleed that team. And they have expectations for that team. And as far as I'm concerned, they deserve to have those expectations be met. You know, I'm not even a Leafs fan, but man, like, I can't imagine what a Leaf fan would go through if they won the Stanley Cup. I know in my head with how much pain the Detroit Lions have given me, if they ever won a Super Bowl, I think I'd be in a puddle of my own tears of joy. So, I think Leaf fans are probably on the brink of doing the same if the Stanley Cup ever comes here. Hey, Mining, how you doing? Brady Kachuk, John Klingberg, Spectrum FX, it's Vili Heinola. Level 1. Yeah, if you enjoyed that video though, like I would suggest subscribing to Urinating Tree. He does a good job cataloging basically the biggest sports disasters. If you want to see the frustrations of other teams, definitely check out Urinating Tree's stuff. I think he's definitely worth a sub. John Klingberg, Brady Kachuk, Brain Point, and Teravainen was the rest of that pack. Yeah, no, it's hard to say, right? Like, that's obviously very controversial, but I also say that, like, in sports, ish happens, right? Like, lots of teams overcome adversity. Here's a nice autograph. Sign of the Times, 1980s, Larry Robinson, Montreal Canadiens. Something different there. You know, lots of teams have to deal with, like, some garbage in a pivotal moment. It's just, for whatever reason, no matter what year it is, the Toronto Maple Leafs find a way to collapse, right? Like, there's still a game to be played past that point. And the Leafs did not follow through. And it's like the same thing as well, like, what was it, 2011? It was 2011, 2012, somewhere around that time. With blowing the 3-1 lead, I believe, in Game 7 to the Bruins. It's just like, it doesn't matter the makeup of that team. Something about the Toronto Maple Leafs, partly cursed, but I also think, like, I see it again with the Detroit Lions. It's like, I'm convinced that if you were on a team like the Toronto Maple Leafs, or you're on a team like the Pittsburgh Pirates or the Detroit Lions, like, the players are aware of their reputation, right? The players are very much aware of the reputation of the team that they're on, the history of the team that they're on, and I think that you're only human. Like, I will just say that I would not be surprised if a lot of what happens with Toronto, the way that they tend to choke in situations that they should win, if a lot of that's not just self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because it doesn't seem to matter the player, you know? It's like, as soon as you put, no matter what, as soon as you put that maple leaf on your crest, your postseason success is dead. And I feel like that has to be a mental thing at some point too. Drew Doughty, Oliver Borkstrand, Guillaume Brisebois, Future Watch, 319 of 399. Yeah, they definitely, I will say that, they did not want an all Canada Cup. 100%. I mean, that's, like, sports leagues, let's be honest. I think, I love sports. It's why I do this. It's why I'm behind the camera. I would be very naive to believe that everything was on the up and up when it came to stuff. Not saying that they would never go as far as to say rigging or anything like that, like outright, match fixing. But you gotta think that there's some sort of a directive, like, hey, if you can find like a borderline and get LA into the final over Toronto, maybe call or let that thing, like, let the call go, or call something that's on the edge, like a little bit of favoritism there. Nothing too obvious, but definitely like subtle push in the right direction. Thomas Hurdle, Rasmus Dahlin, authentic moments. This one is Zdeno Chara, so it's 1500th game of his career. Leon Draisaitl and Matt Dumba. Mark Stone, Anthony Mantha, Future Watch. This one is Carter Verhaeghe, number 413 of 999. No autograph on this one. So Verhaeghe, Future Watch, 413 of 999, Tampa Bay Lightning. Marc-Andre Fleury and Eric Stahl. We have ourselves Brent Burns, Alexander Barkov, another Spectrum FX. It's Leon Draisaitl. We'll see if this team can get over the hump. They almost have no excuse. Draisaitl, McDavid. I mean, goaltending you can improve upon, sure, but why do you think Yager is not number one? I don't think Yager was even the best player on the teams that he was on, though. Maybe for most of the time, right? Like, he's not the best. I wouldn't even put him as the best player of the '90s. I wouldn't even put him best player in the '90s. He's great. I love Yager, but I mean, I kind of have the opinion that if it weren't for like a terrible back, guy couldn't even bend over to tie his own skates. If it weren't for that, and it weren't for cancer and playing through radiation therapy and all that stuff, I think Lemieux would have been the one that would have been likely to challenge Gretzky's records. I think Lemieux probably would have been the one with the goal record. Keep in mind, too, that I think Jágr's career NHL points, I think he's like only 100 and... I want to say he's like 130 ahead of Lemieux, but he's played like 800 more games. Yeah, I think Ovi would be. I think Ovi would be chasing Lemieux if Lemieux were healthy and didn't retire the one time, and also didn't have all the adversity he had with injuries. But I think it's a much harder era to score in now, regardless. That Ovechkin's definitely the best goal scorer of all time. And even if he doesn't pass Gretzky at this point, I mean, the guy's at least going to finish with 800, right? Like that's for sure a lock. So 800 goals in this era of hockey, that's very low scoring. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Jágr's fantastic. Jágr had a great peak. It's just a matter of like, I tend like it's all, these are all subjective arguments, right? So like for me, if a guy has a long, prolonged, very high peak, I tend to put it over a guy who's got like been good for a long time. And Jágr had a high peak, but it wasn't as high as Lemieux. It wasn't as high as Gretzky. Those two's peaks are unmatched on offense. Like Lemieux and Gretzky, I think if we're talking all-time offensive peak, Lemieux and Gretzky, and then there's everyone else. Lemieux just didn't have the health to keep it up as long. But Jágr was like the tier below that, but he got to play for a much longer time. So when I personally rank players, I go by if they have a peak, like a really high peak, and then they had like good totals. Then someone like Lemieux, I'm biased, but I personally have him as the best, most talented hockey player of all time. Not greatest career, but most talented. And I think that I can probably get away with saying that just because everyone saw what he did in like 900 games. He had 1,723 points, I believe, in like 923 or 28 games. You know, and keep in mind that if you like compare eras between him and Gretzky, he played a lot of his career in the 90s compared to Gretzky, and it still had the peak. So I think 1.88 points per game for the Lemieux career versus 1.92 for Gretzky, but then Gretzky started in 79 and Lemieux started in 85-86. So yeah, I think it's those two. Jágr's underneath somewhere in there. But even when we go, I need to continue the break, but I'm just going to end it with, I think that even if we're talking best player of the 90s, it's got to go somewhere with Lemieux. Jágr's in the mix. And then I would even say Dominik Hasek. You know, I know it's hard to compare goalie to forward, but Hasek was unbelievable. I think people don't realize just how dominant he was. Eichel, Zucker, Aho, and Monahan. Oh no! Everyone can. It's all fun, right? It's all fun. Everyone can have opinions. It's not like your opinion is wrong. There's no right opinion. That's the beauty of sport. We all get to have our discussion, and we all get to say what we think. Someone will come in and tell me that I'm an idiot for putting Mario so high, and you know they have the right to do that. Jágr is a hell of a player. Jágr is a hell of a player. Brodeur was great too. I mean, that was a level of goaltending that we'll never see again, right? You had three top 10 goalies all time playing at the same time. Wall, Brodeur, and Hasek. You'll never see that again. All right, so we got a young gun, Joachim Blichfeld? I do not know this guy. Anyone know anything on this guy? Because this name is a total blank for me. Is this guy any decent? Admittedly, don't follow the Sharks that much. I just know I have not heard of this man. Besser and Tavares. None of us know. Who is this guy? Watch next year, puts up 125 points. Connor McDavid, Claude Giroux, Chris Letang in the All-Star, Vladimir Tarasenko, and Austin Matthews. Then you can say Joachim Bleckfield. I heard that guy. I knew about him before anyone else did. Best player in hockey. I knew it all along. Marcia So, Subban in the Limited. That's what I'm going to say. We're all soothsayers in this stream now. We see the future. Put all your Dogecoin or whatever cryptocurrency you have into Joachim Bleckfield. He's going to pass McDavid. Please don't do that. I swear to God, I'm not liable if you actually do that, okay? Do not get Dogecoin on my behalf. Do not invest in Joachim Bleckfield because I told you to. Just in case anyone thinks that I'm serious. No. Alright. We're almost done. We're almost done. We got one more row to go. Then we'll do a roundup. Granlund, Raquel, authentic moments. It's the Columbus Blue Jackets. They shock the President's Trophy winning Tampa Bay Lightning with the first round playoff sweep. And this is a moment that we all know basically changed the fate of hockey as we know it. Because this was like that pivotal moment for the Tampa Bay Lightning where they actually learned like, oh shit, okay, playoffs are a different beast. Phil Kessel and Torrey Krug. And then they came storming back and won 2 straight. So, what can you do? It's kind of like what that reminds you of that Gretzky moment where he talked about how he went into the Islanders locker room to congratulate them when they lost in the Stanley Cup Finals initially. I think it was '83. And then he realized when he went in there, he just saw everyone was icing their wounds. And he's like, that's when I realized what it took to win a cup. It was kind of that moment. Lundqvist in the Limited. Shen and McKinnon. We are still looking for the Hughes. Either one, please. Let's end this break. Hughes, McCarr, someone. Something cool. We want something cool. Cody Glass again. Authentic moments here. Lots of Cody Glass in this break, that's for sure. Kotkaniemi and Slavin. I appreciate that. Do the advertising for me. Yeah, if you do want to leave a like on the video, that would very much be appreciated. It does help us out. I've noticed you guys have been liking the videos, so that is good to see. It's been a lot of fun. Bo Horvat, Philip Grubauer, Yakov Tranin, young gun for the Nashville Predators. And yeah, we're going to be looking into making some improvements to the stream. I've got one of my coworkers is an artist. He's working on some graphics to help spruce this up, so it's not. Hopefully this will actually look a little bit better for you guys. You'll get something a little bit more spicy to look at. God knows I always appreciate having the bells and whistles when I'm watching a live stream. So. Yeah, I'd love to hit the auto patch for you guys to end it. That would be nice. John Gibson and Matt Murray. And of course, more breaks are up on 401games.ca. I don't think I have anything that is ready to break tomorrow as of right now. I'm very close on a few. Morgan Riley, Dylan Larkin, SP Essentials, Vincent Trocheck, and Kyle Turris. I think I've got one spot remaining on the update baseball. So if that does fill up by the end of the day, I can run it tomorrow. What else is there? We threw up some OPG Platinum breaks. So the second single box breaks up today. What else do I have? Mixer went up. I have to check the inventory on that because I don't think it actually sold out. I don't know what's going on with it. So keep an eye out on that. Last pack of the break. Yeah, the cup and the SP one is kind of hanging. I might have to have a discussion about it. I'll give it another week or so, but it's definitely not been up to the standards that I thought it would. Hasn't been filling as quickly as the other ones. Pasternak, Pavelski, and Yossi. So that looks to be it. All right, so give me a second here. Just want to make sure that I've got everything. Okay. So let's get ready for our roundup here. I'm just going to sort these cards so they're a little bit more presentable. At least in the way I want to present them. Icons. Yeah, I think that's going to be a pass on our part, but that's a good try. You know, maybe I can take that into consideration with the boss. He might be down. It's for safekeeping. I promise. All right. Feel like one card in here is in my bulk here. Let's see if I can find it real quickly. Yeah, there it is. You know Hitman, right? Like, sure, he's named after a profession that murders people, but you can trust him with, you can totally trust him with these boxes. He might kill people, but he ain't no thief. Take care, Hitman. All right, we all ready for the final roundups. Let's get rid of this. And here is what we got. All right, so yeah, you got the SP Essentials for the Miro. Going into the limited, we had the Bo Horvat, the Morgan Riley, Philip Grubauer, and the Carter Hart, and the Mitch Marner, and the Henrik Lundqvist, and Subban, and Scheifele. For the Spectrum FX, we had Hull, Heinola, Draisaitl, and Monahan. Young Guns now, Trinan, Bodine, Blickfeld, again the next McDavid as we know in this stream, and Shesterkin. Sign of the Times. Sign of the Times, we got Granlund, Zingle, Strome, and Larry Robinson. Future Icons, we received Cody Glass and Nicholas Hague, number 150 of 199. And then we also got a Capo Caco and Adam Fox, number 40 of 199. Now going into the Future Watches, I'm going to start off with the non-auto. So our non-auto Future Watch was Carter Verhaeghe, Tampa Bay Lightning, number 413 of 499. The autos, we received Cody Glass. This one was numbered 604 of 999. Oliver Wahlstrom, 774 of 999. Alexander Tessier, 131 of 999. And Guillaume Brisebois, 319 of 999. That was it for the break. So, fun one. SP Authentic, always a good time. So, I will be sorting these for you guys, and we'll get them shipped out to you shortly. As always, if you have any concerns, just email info@401games.ca. Any shipping-specific problems, just email shipping@401games.ca. If you have any other inquiries, you can always just come join me here in the live stream. I'm here. Usually, it seems like breaks are going every day. So usually you can find me at some point in between the days of Tuesday and Saturday. As long as there's a break running, I'll be in here. If you have any questions or inquiries, then just feel free to jump in. And just another reminder that the next time that you see me on stream, I will be having some sealed product for sale on the stream. If you do buy through 401games.ca, then I will do a public box opening for you, and we'll ship with the cards to you as well. So should be a lot of fun going forward. And I hope you guys have a fantastic night. See you next time.